Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and welcome to my first project with my luminaire. And of course, Sundays are Anita Goodesign days, and this design is from the April All Access, and it's called Crazy Blanket Stitch, and it's really cute. So I had a lot of fun. I'm doing the largest size on this one, so it's a 10.5 by 10.5. Ooh, look at this. Did you guys catch this? It's slow-mo here. Look at the wobble going on. So this is why you have to pay attention to your machine. Really starts to wobble when it does the satin stitches. Immediately stop and tighten it up. So good catch. That could have broken a needle, turned off the timing, messed everything up. So now we're better. Let's go. So this one is an apple, and I'm using fabric from, it's a layer cake, but I have a half-yard bundle, and I've used it before in a lot of projects, and it's really awesome. So it is going to do, I've already done, sorry, the placement stitch, place the batting, and then we're gonna place the fabric, and I've done the quilting stitches. This first part here is the stem for the apple, and I switched to green, and we are working on the leaves. So there's a lot of raw edge applique, crazy quilt style with a blanket stitch over it. So it looks really cool. So there's my placement, step one, placement. I'm going to put green fabric with green thread because I think that would look good. And then we're going to tack it down. It stitches down twice. And then by the magic of editing, look at that, it is done. And we're going to do the second part of the leaf, and I have a little bit darker fabric to put on there. So let's do that. So placement, and then tack down, and it's going to do it twice. And then the magical moment of trimming it out. And 1, 2, 3, go. No, go. Yes, go. There we go. And now we're starting to do the outlines of the apple. So the fabric that I've chosen has a lot of burgundy in it, so it's really kind of cute for it. So placement here, place the fabric over. Make sure you catch everything. We have a moment here coming up. I can't believe I did this right here. Yeah, really? You know, it's right in front of me. You think I could have figured it out. But, you know, I do like to play applique chicken, and if you look way in there, you can see that I'm actually off the fabric. There it is, brighter. Yeah, don't do that. We don't want to do that. I'm only off by a tiny bit, but I am off. Fortunately, it doesn't really show in the end, so I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, laugh over, back to the business. So, yep, there it goes off again. Sometimes you win playing chicken and sometimes you lose. So that part's trimmed. We are going to go to the next one. These are really fun to stitch out. I really had a lot of fun picking out the fabric, and I love the final result. So here's another fabric. It has darker colors in it and a dark burgundy in the middle, so it all matches. Watch your fingers there. Don't be doing that. Stitch it down twice. We're going to cut that one out. The blanket stitches are going to come as soon as we're done all of the applique. So it takes a few minutes to get there. But remember, this is the biggest size. This is AAA size, which is something I wanted to try out. Now look at this fabric. Perfect fabric for an apple. I love this plaid. I have it in green, and this is the burgundy, and I think there's a brown one too. It's just fantastic. That's a little pop to the design, I think. Yes, if you saw that, I went over a little bit there. Not much. Not much. So we have 2 more pieces to do, which is awesome. So I'm just using scraps for this. So this is the top fabric, the same thing that I used before on it. and it's going to stitch it down twice, and then we're going to magically cut it out and it'll be done. Cut it out. There we go. Look at that. And for this one, I wanted another bit of the plaid fabric in there, but I wanted to make sure that the design goes a different way so it doesn't look like all one piece. So I'm kind of checking on that. And it's going to stitch down, and then we're going to magically trim it out. But I wanted it to look like that, so if you're wondering why I did it that way, just so it would keep up the crazy quilt kind of idea, which is awesome. So now that it is all done, it looks super cute, and we're going to start working on some of the detail work. So for the leaf, I did use green. And for the rest of it, I started off with burgundy, but the burgundy kind of got buried away and it matched too well. So I decided to do all of the work in this yellow gold color, and I did it for the other blocks as well. And it looks kind of cool. I kind of like it. There are color stops for everyone, so you can change the colors around if you want. I like doing it all in one in the yellow. I just thought it looked awesome. It looks great on all of the blocks. So I switched back to the burgundy that matched so perfectly, and there's a little fine details around the apple which looks absolutely awesome. And the burgundy stands out on the background just enough, so it's great. And once these designs are done, we're going to do the outside edges, which is a folded fabric, so it's kind of cool to do, and it looks fantastic. I'll show you the finished at the end. So the first step is going to be the placement. So that is the placement of where it's going to go. And it's super important that you put the fabric facing down and make sure it is covering the line properly. Now it's going to stitch it down. Remember, wrong side up, right sides together as always. And once it's done stitching, then you can flip it over. Now I had a little trouble with the flipping. I should have used tape. That makes it a lot easier. So don't put your fingers in and do what I'm doing, because it can be dangerous and you don't want to interfere with the movement of the hoops. So best results, have a little iron, use a little spray even, that would work. So let's do that again on the top. And I'm using different fabric, but it's still from the same fabric group. So face down, stitch that down, flip it over, and this time I am going to be clever and use a little tape. See how much easier that is? Until the machine grabs the tape and runs away with it, but that's okay. It's still better than having your hands in there, that's for sure. So that's cute. Now we're ready to go on to the sides, but before you go on to the sides, the left and right, you have to trim off the excess right at the line. It doesn't have to be super neat or super perfect, but it's got to be done on each edge of the first ones that we did. So here's our placement. And we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put the fabric down. I have a nice green that actually matches all of them, but the leaf on this one. And it's going to stitch it down, double stitch it down, and then we're going to fold it over, flip and fold, and look at that beautiful finished edge we have on it. And because I trimmed it, nothing is showing out. Look how perfect that is. I love this finishing touch like this. It just adds so much to the design. I'm not going to worry about trimming it. I'm going to set up for the next one. And again, the placement stitch, flip and fold your fabric. And we're almost done this one, believe it or not. It went really quickly and it was so much fun to do. So matching left and right fabrics, matching top and bottom. So now I'm going to very carefully stitch it down and make sure it's nice and flat. Should have used tape again, but there you go. I don't always do things the right way. So it's done, and I'm really happy with the results of that. Look at that apple. The burgundy stands out really nice. All the fabrics match. We're going to do a video on the chicken next, and it looks fantastic. I added some books for the bottom and sewed it all together and did the edging and the stitch in the ditch. And that's how good it looks. So I'm really happy with this design. It looks so beautiful. Get your fabrics out and get stitching. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will get stitching and have a lot of fun doing embroidery. You can look forward to more videos on the Luminaire coming up anytime now. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.